Good afternoon. Welcome to the channel, Retire, Don't Give Up 2.0. Today's video is going to be a car review. As you may know, about a month ago, we purchased this car in Chiang Rai. This is my sixth new car. Remember, I'm not exactly young. I've owned 13 cars in my lifetime, and 6 of them, fortunately, have been brand new. Every one had a story, including this one. And I've also been fortunate that the last 15 years, I guess you could say I came to my senses and I determined that the best car on the road today, of course, is a Toyota. So the last 4 cars that I've owned that are new were actually Toyotas. The first one was a 2009 Toyota Venza, second one was 2015 Venza, and of course the third one was my 2018 Camry XSE V6, and I'll throw a picture of that up here. Now, about 2022 in Canada, they came out with the Corolla Cross. It was sort of a baby car to the RAV4, and I saw these cars and I thought to myself, that's a pretty nice little car, and I think that would be a great vehicle for later years. And I thought, I think I probably, when I'm ready to move on from the sports coupe, which I was thoroughly enjoying, I will probably purchase a Corolla Cross. Little did I know that I would come to Thailand 4 years later, and I would indeed buy a Toyota Corolla Hybrid Cross. Now, for those that have been following the channel and the previous channel, we've been looking for a replacement vehicle for our aging Corolla Atlas, and of course I had a budget. My budget was basically the lower end, 900 to $1 million baht was my budget, and I was trying to stay inside that budget. And of course I wanted creature comforts. Again, I'm old, I'm fat, and I like to have the bells and whistles. And all my previous cars, the Toyotas, all had those bells and whistles. So I was looking at buying a second-hand 2022, 2023 Toyota Camry. Unfortunately, I couldn't afford a new one because they were completely out of my budget. So a used one was basically in that 100,000 range, from 900 to $1 million. So this is what we looked at, and the only ones I found were down in Bangkok. And along at the same time, I started looking at the Honda Accord, which basically the same level. And we were looking at the two cars, and we were pretty sure that, well, we're going to end up buying this secondhand Honda or Toyota. And now, a few months back, we had some service done on the car. We stopped in at the Toyota dealer in Pair, and we went into the showroom, which is what they want you to do. And there was a brand new 2025 Corolla Cross Hybrid sitting there. And I walked around and I looked it all over, and I thought, it's a nice car, but they wanted between 1.2 and 1.25 million baht. And again, my budget was between 9 and $1 million, and I was sticking to it. So I said, Katai, we're not buying a Corolla Cross. We find all these cars basically on Facebook, and I found a used Corolla Hybrid in Chiang Rai, And so we contacted them and said apparently that car was sold, but we do have a demonstrator, a 2024 demonstrator, which is considered, when it still belongs to the dealer, is considered still a new car. A 2024 demonstrator with 3,400 kilometers. I said, what color? Black. I said, what interior? Red. I said, sold. And the discount from the demonstrator brought it down into my budget. It was a little higher than the 1 million, but it was essentially into our budget. So we made the deal, and here's the car. First time I've opened the hood. I don't see any reason to it. We take it to its service and so forth. But what we have is a 1.8 liter i4, inline 4, with a hybrid system connected to a CVT transmission. And of course the batteries are underneath the seats. And so we have electric motors that are connected to the two wheels, and the electric motors assist the engine. And of course it works back and forth. We're going to go for a drive, and I'm going to show you how smooth this changes. The engine puts out a total of 138 horsepower. You have to realize it doesn't sound like a lot, but with electric motors, the power that comes from the electric motors, that gives the car quite a little bit of boost. This car is also equipped with complete surround cameras. We have the camera here. Cameras are here, and on the other side, and of course, camera at the back. Now, this is a Toyota, has the safety sense. This is fully equipped with all the safety gear. There's 13 airbags. It's as safe as it comes. But what it also has, one of my favorite things, is a radar cruise control. Through here, it has sensors that when you are on cruise control and you have the speed set and you are coming up to another car, it will recognize that the car is there, and it will automatically slow down to the same pace of the car in front of you. And when the car in front of you accelerates, you will accelerate. There's 3 different settings for how close you get to that car, and it's pretty amazing. And another thing it has what we call emergency front braking. So even if you're driving on the road and suddenly something pulls out in front of you and you don't notice it, the radar will pick that up and automatically disengage the cruise control and apply full brakes. It'll scare the bejesus out of you, but it'll save your life. This is Toyota. Now what it also has, the same thing at the back. If you're backing up, say for instance we're backing out of the driveway, I can't see the road because of the gate. But if you're backing up and you go through the gate and there's a car coming, it will beep and tell you there's a car coming. If you don't do anything, it will automatically stop. Now I've been in parking lots where I'm backing out and somebody has walked on by while the car's moving. That just doesn't happen here in Thailand, it happens everywhere. But what will happen is the car will recognize that and stop. Again, scare the bejesus out of you, but at least you don't run somebody over. All right, let's move in and I'll show you some of the features of the car. We have keyless entry. You take your fob, and this has been around for quite a while. My almost all my cars since 2009 had this fob. Basically what we do, you leave it in your pocket. You want to lock the key, lock the door. There's a little sensor here. Mirrors fold in, everything locks. There's the same on the driver's side and the same here. Now to unlock it, you just take your hand and that unlocks it. So now if you're on the driver's side and you unlock the driver's side, everything will open, but just the driver's side will open. The rest of the doors do not. You have to manually unlock the rest of the doors if you're on the driver's side. But if you're a gentleman and you have your wife, you always open the door for her. So you come onto this side and this unlocks everything and you let your wife into the car. What we have is two 25/50s on 18-inch rims. Now, I have to point out, which I forgot to point out, this is the premium luxury edition. So there are certainly different levels and of course different price point, but this is your very top line, which was one of the other reasons why I wanted to buy the car, because it had all the bells and whistles, and I like the bells and whistles. I'm going to show you how we open the back. Now, if you have groceries in your hands and you've come out of macro and you've no place to put the groceries down to open the car, one of the features it has is this. You just take your foot, right foot, whatever, but it has to be sort of on this side of the back. What we have is a cover, ample storage room it's as big or bigger than a normal trunk. And if you need more room, when I show you the inside, we can lower down the seats to make more room. But again, the spare tire is all under here. So everything you need to change the tire and so forth, it's all here. To close it, now we have two things here. You can hit the left one, it just closes and leaves it. Or if you're finished, if you've gotten things out of the car and you want to walk away, you can push the right button, and what it will do is it will close and lock everything up. Now, of course, there's the manual, and of course, as long as you have your key in your pocket, you can hit that button and it will, of course, open. LED lights. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's pretty cool. Fog lamps. But one of the neat things about this LED light system, there's a control inside the car, which I will show you later, that can move the lights up and down so that you can adjust the pattern of the light on the road so that it's not into other people's faces, and you can, oncoming traffic, or you can lower it to where you can see the road. Now, at first you might think that's a little excessive, what's the big deal? But here's the thing. When you're driving at night in the rain, you can't see the road very well because the headlights just bounce off. And so you can lower this down and it will give more of a reflection off the road, and you'll have better light, not to mention you have your fog lamps. Great little feature. Okay, let's climb into this very hot black car. As you can see, like I say, it has the red interior and black. The floor mats are accessories that Katai purchased. Absolutely beautiful, beautiful interior. Red leather. Back seat. Well, this is me in the back seat, and I have my seat back to where I would normally have it. So with Katai forward, you have even more room. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. This comes out, needs two hands. So the back seat, 60/40, you can lower. There's two settings. for the reclining of the seat. You can come all the way back, or there, or all the way down. Now, my Camry it went down a little more flat. My my Venza went down very flat, but this is a hybrid. This has, of course, the batteries underneath, so it does just not have the opportunity, the space for the seats to drop down flush. One of the things I wanted with the Camry was, of course, the memory seats. This car does not have memory seats. It has, of course, the closing, the automatic closing and manual closing of the rear mirrors. It has one touch on both front and left and right windows, and of course the child lock. But it has an electric seat on the driver's side, manual seat on the other. So when my wife is driving the car, well, this is where it is. And you can see that I don't want to get into that like that. So doesn't take long, just put it right down to the bottom, slide it back. And I usually bring the backrest up a little bit. She likes to move hers back. So push button start, put your foot on the brake, push the button. And the first thing you notice, there's no noise. So the car is now running, although it's running on the battery. As you can see, as you can hear, there's no engine. The air conditioning is set at 24. It has dual climate controls where you can adjust the passenger side or yourself. You can then sync it or leave it separate. This car has heat where the other car does not. It has all the creature comforts. Now, the dash right now, if I go to number 1 setting, basically shows you the controls, shows you your mileage, which is now 51, and it shows you how many kilometers is left. If you go to the second setting, it shows you your trip distance, your total time. Of course, I've had it on for 7 minutes now, and 7 minutes and the engine still has not started to charge the batteries. And then, of course, it'll also tell you on your trip how much battery power you used, which saves you, of course, fuel economy. Go to the next one, and you have your trip, your average trip, where it says 0 to 30. This car, on our way back from Pear yesterday, we just did the speed limit, and we actually got up to 25 kilometers per liter. That's amazing. Now, if you are in a hurry, that's a whole different story. When that thing is up into the power range, whole different story. So as you can see here, what we have is the little wheels of a car. There's the engine, there's the battery, and it just dropped down. Very shortly, that is going to start and start charging the battery. I'm surprised that it's gone this long. We have a charger place for your phone, and you push the button in there, and now the phone will start to charge. And you can see here it's saying it's charging. Of course, it's 5G. This is your Apple CarPlay, and again, click here. You have all these things, everything you need. Now, again, telephone, which is my Thai telephone, Toyota, and so forth. Maps, but here there's Google Maps. Here I have 2 different apps for phones. I have Line, and if somebody calls me, it comes through, and if I want to call somebody, I can just tap on that.
Do you want to send a message or make a call?
No, thank you very much. And I can literally say the person's name, and it will dial it for me. This is our backup camera. With the cameras on around the entire car, we have more than one option. We have bird's eye view. We can show on either side of the car. We can show all the way around the car. Or again, like I say, we can have the backup camera here with your lines and the downward view of the car showing anything that's happening around you. Again, this technology has been around for a long time, but it's added into the more higher end models. That's our technology. Here we have your parking brake, electronic parking brake. As you can see on the dash, it is on. Now this feature here is a hold button for the brake. You can see on the dash when it comes on. What this does, it allows me, when you come to a stop sign and you put your foot on the brake and you come to a complete stop, it holds the brake. You can take your foot off the brake and it holds the brake until you're ready to go. And all you do is touch the gas and it will automatically disconnect and go. It's a great saver on not having to hold your foot on the brake all the time. We have drive modes. So we have power. We have economy, if you need to go as long as you can. And then, of course, you have normal, what's it in right now. When it's in power, it's using more the electric for giving you acceleration. And yeah, and you can see where it says power and so forth. It's pretty cool. You can turn off your anti-traction, and of course you can go straight EV mode when you go into the economy. Back to normal. All right. Oh, well, like I say, both. You have your courtesy lights, and we have your interior lights. But this car has a nice added little feature. Full panoramic roof. Also, this car is equipped with a front and a rear facing camera. We're going to go for a little drive, and of course the engine shut off because it charged the battery sufficiently enough. So as you can see, as we pull away, you can see the yellow line going from the batteries to the front two motors of the front wheels. Now you see the engine running, and it's transferring power to the front wheels and power to charge the batteries. And you can see it just switched back to the batteries without the engine running. Now as we're braking, you see the blue line coming from the front wheels back to the battery, and they charge the batteries as the needle goes down into charge when you are braking. So as we accelerate, and I'm not accelerating hard, you can see where it will switch. Now the engine is running, and again it's charging the batteries at the same time. So now we're up to speed, and as we get down to our normal 90 kilometers per hour, and you leave it there, it will actually, as that battery charges enough, it will, on this level ground, it will switch over and it will run. Even at this speed, it will run on the batteries alone. But the incredible thing is there is no noticeable difference between the switching from the electric motors to the engine. Right now, again, the engine is supplying power to the wheels and, of course, charging the battery. This button here turns on my cruise control. It says radar cruise active, radar ready. So set, like anyone, it's set at 89. I want to leave it at 90, so I've just hit the button to 90. And you can see the 1, 2, 3 blue lines that are in the middle of the dash. I can change that from 3 to 2 to 1. That basically says car lengths, how close you, when you come to a stop, will you stay behind the car in front. There's no cars right now, but it will, as it comes up behind another car, it will slow down and maintain the speed of the car that's in front of you. Now, another feature that this car has is lane keeping assist. Now, basically how this works is it uses the cameras on both sides of the car, and when you turn this here, when you hit this button, you'll see 2 bars on either side, and it says turn on steering assist mode. So now the turning assist mode, you can see the 2 blue bars on either side of the white line. Now those 2 white lines indicate the white line on the left hand side of the road and the center line. As you drive, it will maintain the vehicle in between those 2 lines. Literally, you can take your hand off the wheel and it will drive by itself. Now what it will do is it will tell you if you go too long to please put your hand back on. So we're climbing up the hill. The battery is helping the car along with the engine, mainly because the battery, as you can see, the blue lines are quite full, so it will use the batteries whenever possible, and again, it allows the car to use less fuel. Again, you see the 2 bars. Now, if I want to change and move into the other lane, if I want to move into the right lane, it doesn't want to let me. You could try, but it pulls you back into your lane. What you need to do is you need to put your blinker on. You put your blinker on, you can make your move, turn your blinker off, give it a second, and the lane keeping assist will come back on. Now it's following the yellow line on the right hand side and of course the white line on the left hand side. Now, and as you can also see, as we're going down a hill, it's charging the batteries, and of course there's no significant feel. There's no feel between the batteries running the electric motors to the engine running electric motors to whether it's charging. It does it literally seamlessly. One of the nice things about the lane keeping assist is that if it is nighttime, and it will work perfectly at night as well, if you are driving a long trip and you're tired, and and right by rights you should be pulling over and having a rest, but we don't always do that. Well, what this will do is I have my hand on the wheel, I'm listening to music, I'm trying to pay attention. The car is essentially driving for me. And we're coming up to a curve, and the car is literally going around the curve on its own. It takes a while to get used to, and even there, I have my hand on the wheel, but the car curved around the curve effortlessly by itself. That's technology today. Nowadays we have cars that are so advanced, of course the Teslas and so forth, that can drive completely by themselves. We now have cars that if something happens to the driver, it will automatically go into auto mode and it will put on your blinker and it will pull over. See, it's telling me to hold on to the steering wheel. It will pull over by itself and it will stop the car. That's technology today. Now, obviously, here in Thailand, we don't see a lot of this high tech in most of the cars. But like I say, this is what Toyota offers, and it's very, very comfortable. It's a comfortable driving car. It's quiet, even with the engine running. It's perfect for us old guys that want to go on a nice long trip. The air conditioning works fantastic. Everything is, well, this car I would trust will be my last car. I will own this car for, this will be the last car I own if all goes well. The batteries have a 10-year warranty, so that puts me at 76 years of age. That doesn't necessarily mean that the batteries will suddenly die in 10 years. It just means the warranty runs out. You know, put a few dollars away every year, and I don't know what the batteries will cost to replace when the time comes. They're fairly expensive now, but I suspect that in time, even those with technology advancements, even those will come down in price. Let's close this. The Toyota Corolla Cross Hybrid. Everything you would ever need in a car. Creature comforts, quality, Toyota quality, lasts forever. It doesn't get any better than this. Well, it had memory seats, you know, but this is what's here, and I'm used to that, and I'll be just fine without the memory seats. It has everything else that I would need, and we will enjoy this car for many, many years to come. So, until next time, bye for now. Well, remember, don't give up.